My name's Hazel Thompson and I'm a freelance photojournalist based in London. My project is called Measure of a Woman and it's about exploring the role of women within the architecture of society. I wanted to explore different women in different roles, and to do that I felt I had to look at women in different generations within society. So I came up with a formula of looking at each generation. So I decided to photograph 5 women in each country that I was given, because for the project, each photographer was selected 2 countries to go and do their project. So my project was Bahrain and Qatar, and in that I did a lot of interviews and I found 5 women in each country from each kind of age range. So I found a girl in her 20s, a lady in her 30s, 40s, 60s. But it wasn't really about the decade, it was about what stage they were in life. So to do this also I wanted to look at women in different jobs, not only just business, but women who are in medicine, in the arts. So it was a very long interview process, and also in terms of the culture and the society, women have taken kind of quite a back seat for many years. So it was quite a challenge actually to find women who were willing to take part in the project and to be photographed, because it's not part of the culture that women be photographed in such an intimate way. And my real desire for the project was that I wanted to show a true intimate portrayal of daily life. And the reason behind that was because for me I had no understanding really of the region or how women live, and it felt very distant to me. I'd seen a few pictures, but I'd never seen any images of women in their homes or at work. So I wanted my work really to explore that and to capture them in that intimate environment, which I feel not only myself, but many people haven't seen. I wanted, in a way, even inside the house, to have the women uncovered, because as a woman, they would uncover in front of me. And that's actually one challenge that I realised I had, that I cannot photograph any of the women uncovered. So in a normal circumstance, obviously as soon as they get in the home, they uncover, but because the camera was there, they did have to keep their hijabs on. And I found that quite a challenge, actually, because as a photojournalist, I only photograph what is true and what is happening. And all the events, nothing is set up or contrived in my images. Everything is the natural daily life. But that's one thing that I think I didn't think about or didn't realise would be an issue, or I just had an expectation like like we do here, I can just go and photograph you, and I didn't realise that would be an issue, and I had to think that through and decide, how am I going to deal with this? And in the end I came to the conclusion, well, if I want to show daily life, they're just going to keep their hijab on or their bayas on, and at least I've captured what life is like. But obviously in a normal setting their hijabs will be off. We came up with a concept of creating plinths, that we put screens on plinths, that it looks like a body, that it looks like a person. And often I've found in the region, the women often stand together. There's still a lot of segregation. So the men and the women don't normally hang out, but so the women hang out together. And I always love the way they stand together. They often stand kind of in a little circle. So I wanted the installation to be like that you come up and it's like, you're in a room and there's just a group of women standing together, and you're coming up and you're going to come and have a chat with them. And that the screen, I wanted it to be eye level, that when you stand in front of the screen and the first image comes up of the face, you actually feel like this is who I'm meeting. And then the pictures roll into their daily life. And what I want people to do really, because it's each generation, is to start off with the youngest and work their way through the generations and really meet each woman. But what I love about it as well is also, because often, people don't spend a lot of time, they like to kind of dip in and out in galleries, is that they can dip in and out. They can maybe go meet one woman and maybe a bit later on go up and view another lady's life. So it really is about, I wanted it to be interactive, I wanted it to be alive, moving, breathing, that it's a living, breathing thing. For me, cultural heritage is about people and not just things. Often people look at the heritage of nations in objects and pieces of artwork or in architecture, but for me, it really is about the architecture of society and how through the lives of people, through the lives of family, this beautiful heritage and traditions have been passed down.